Alright, this is Talker Day, and I'm back with another Transformers review. And today I have Transformers Generations 30th Anniversary Springer. Now, before I get into the review itself, I want to give a shout out to Beastyclad. He's a new subscriber to my channel, and my sister Kimiko finally subscribed to the channel also. Thank you very much to both of those. Now, let's go ahead and get into Springer himself. And as usual, first and foremost, bring in the packaging. And it's just the same as Blitzwing's packaging, except for we got a nice art piece of Springer here on the side, looking all badass. And on the back, we got our obligatory product shots, we got our tech specs, and we got our bio. Pause if you want to read it. And there we go. So Springer himself is very nice. He's based off the IDW comic book version, and he's got some very nice weapons also. He's got this nice looking sword, just a simple, straightforward sword. And he's got these very nice double-barreled grenade launcher, which is set up with the friction system, no springs. And what's nice about it is when they rigged it up is you can push the button forward, fires one, then the other, which is really cool. I like that they did that. And the missiles themselves are just very plain missiles, you know, nice detail on them, but just, you know, nothing too excitable. And the gun itself's got some nice painted silver. The handle itself can be adjusted, which is cool. So let's go ahead and get into Springer himself. Very straightforward design, as I said, IDW design. You know, no backpack, very minimal back kibble, which is really cool. And there's a couple of 5mm peg ports on the back so you can store his weapons on there. Articulation-wise, he's very posable. He's got his head's on a ball joint, and he's got a very nice head sculpt too. You can't really see it with my lighting setup, but he's got beautiful light piping that come out as all spark blue. His shoulders are on ball joints, but they're kind of limited a little bit, but you get what you need out of them. He's got an upper arm swivel, nice ratcheted elbow. He's got a wrist swivel, and if you pop this panel loose here, you can use the transformation joint on the wrist also, which is really cool. He's got a swivel waist, which is really nice. It gets kind of hampered by what backpack he does have, but it gives you what you need. He's got very nice universal jointed hips, a nice upper thigh swivel, and a beautiful knee bend. The nice ratchets too. And then there's even articulation in his feet, but this is really more for transformation. So, let's go ahead and bring in my size comparisons. Let's bring in his Wavemate Blitzwing first. And I think Blitzwing is a little bit taller than him at the head, but not by much. Let's bring in Generations Blur. Now remember, that is a 2007 figure, so you know he's going to be a little bit bigger. And Full of Cybertron Generations Air Raid. So yeah, transformation on Springer is actually complicated, but not too complicated. First thing we're going to do is we take these shoulder panels and push those down like that. Then take the arms, put them out as straight as they can, fold open that panel there, fold down the wrist, and fold out that panel there. Take this piece, swivel it down, and lock it in place. And yeah, we're going to the car mode first. Open up that panel, flip around the wrist, open that up, and lock that all down. Then you're going to want to take, there's these little tabs on the side of these chest panels here are going to go in these little slots. So you're going to peg those in. There we go. And then remove those pegs away also. Come to the back and pull the backpack down like that. Then we're going to take care of the head. Pull the chest away. And the way the head comes in is that it might get a little stuck in there, so you got to wiggle it through sometimes. Come on. There we go. And that just slides in there. Push up the landing gear. And then when you close together these sections here, make sure that this chest section is on the front side of that gray bit for the head. Otherwise, it won't line up right. Like that. Okay? And you just gotta line everything up on top. Now we're gonna take care of the legs. What's nice about the legs is that you gotta kind of push them together, but they included little joints in there for that. You're gonna take this slot right in here and peg it. No, there's a little tab on this side, so you can go into a little slot over here on that side, like that. And make sure those green fins are on the upper side of the knee spikes. Fold together the feet, like that. And then, as you're bringing that around, you have to swivel the fins out of the way. And this tab will go into the front slot there. And then make sure you get that green bit underneath the green roof part right there. And then, same thing on the other side. There we go. Fold down the back of the car. Straighten up the fins. And now we have Springer in his car mode. And it is a very nice looking armored car. And as far as the accessories go, you can peg the gun into the roof. The sword clips in on top of the knee spikes on the bottom and hides away very nicely. But I'm going to leave those loose off to the side for right now. So yeah, I really like this car mode. It is very nice, very armored up. For some reason, mine doesn't want to peg together all the way. And I've seen in other reviews that seems to be a common problem with the mold. But it holds together well. Rolls very nicely too. I really like that. So, let's go ahead and bring in my comparison shots. We got Generations Drift. And we got Full of Cybertron Shockwave. Let's go ahead and take him into his third mode, his helicopter mode. And in order to do that, first you're going to pull away these leg parts, and they're going to go back as if he was transforming back into his robot mode. Like that. Okay. Then, all the transformation for this really is in the arms. What you're going to do is pull this panel back out, swivel it around to cover up the wheel, and then using the hinge that is at the base of the wrist, fold that like so. Then bring that up and around to where this tab here goes into this slot here, and peg that together. Then close the window over the hand. And just bring that whole section back like that. So, like I said, pull this panel out, spin it around, using the joint at the base of the wrist. Come on, like that. Bring it around, tab it in, close the window down, and the view from the bottom is you're just bringing the whole section down like that. There we go. And then one final bit, well actually not quite final, but this is, you bring the car section up and forward like that. And on mine, okay, this tab right here is supposed to go into these slots down there, but for some reason mine doesn't want to quite tab in properly, so I'm going to have to get in there with a Dremel and take care of that later on. And there's two more parts to this. First, you can take the gun, make sure the handle's pointing forward like that, and then you're going to clip it in underneath the nose cone of the chopper. And the sword does something actually really cool. What you're going to do is split the sword apart, then flip up the kilt guard, and there you go. There's your propeller blades. Go ahead. Peg that in right there. And flip down the landing gear. And it makes a very, very passable helicopter. It's not the greatest of helicopters, but it's definitely very passable. I like it, though this is probably the weakest of the two alt modes. comparisons again. Here's Generations Drift next to it. And Shockwave. So, I am actually very, very happy with this figure. There are a couple of problems with it, but it's very spot on to the comic book. It's a very enjoyable figure. I'd recommend this for any reasonable age. Yeah, definitely very fun. This is probably the weaker of the modes, like I said. But yeah, if you can find them, pick them up, definitely. And, yeah. Anything else? No, that's pretty much it. Hope anybody watching this likes my new background I have set up. You know, I rigged this up on my own. And I hope this makes a lot better review area than my other videos have done. So, it's been Talker Day with a review of Transformers Generations 30th Anniversary Springer, and thanks for watching.